areas of the Delta are pretty much deserts. That's one thing I used to not really think. I always thought, well, if the bite's tough, you know, they're there, they're probably there. I kind of don't think that anymore. They aren't there. It's a bad area. It seems like there's a lot more of those nowadays on the Delta. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So today I was thinking about going to a few different places. Actually, was feeling a little adventurous. Maybe even going up to Orville, make a trek out to Malones, go back to Clear Lake, Shasta. I don't know. I was thinking about making quite the drive, but I thought about it, and if you saw last video, last trip out on the California Delta was by far my best day of 2025 out on the Delta fishing-wise. Caught a lot of fish, caught numbers, solid fish, no giants, but it basically told me that it is now. Time is now. Fish in the Delta have moved up. They're spawning. They're probably pre-spawn, post-spawn, all phases, and they were active. They were eating. So all that to say is I changed my mind and we're staying close to home today. We're fishing the Delta, trying a different launch today. We're here at Holland Riverside Marina. Just like the saying goes, you don't leave fish to find fish. And also similar to that, you don't really leave a body of water that has some biting fish to go find another body of water with biting fish. So we're back on the Delta. I'm going to spice it up, mix it up today. And I already know that some of you guys, as soon as I said that, started shaking your head. You knew it was coming. You know what's coming. I'm gonna do it. Haven't done it in a while, and I am curious just because sometimes it's fun for me to do personally, but going to weigh our best 5 fish today, see what kind of limit we can put together. I'd say on average, my limits out here, if I look at the past year of fishing, I'm a 10 to 12 pound guy out here. It's definitely nothing to write home about, nothing to brag about. It just seems to be what I can produce out here unless I do catch one big one. But even still, catch one big one and you back it up with a lot of 1.5, 2 pounders, which seem to be more the norm nowadays, you're only at about 14, 15 pounds. So I think if we're gonna use a measuring stick, a 10 to 12 pound limit today would be about average. 15 would be above average, and anything in that 15 to 20 range would be a great day. 20 plus, we're saying a lot of thank you sirs. But I'm excited. It's about 9 o'clock. We'll get our stuff ready, we'll launch, spend a day out here on the California Delta, weigh our best 5 and see what we can do. Started. It is definitely breezy, so I think that means play the jig. Get us started. Definitely breezy. Man, a lot windier than I thought actually. Not a huge fan. It's all choked full of grass. Can't even fish any of it. That's gonna drive me nuts. Alright, well, let's get out on the main channel. Gotta go by Fisherman's Wharf of the California Delta here. Over here too. Terrible tide. Huge tide swing. Problem is, it was good or hot high this morning, and it's just dropping the rest of the day. This tide is not going to get any better, in my opinion, for fishing. Why'd I do it? Why'd I say let's weigh our best 5? We know what that does more often than not. Trying to get fancy. And for those who don't know, the joke is, well, it's not even a joke because I'm not laughing, but every time I decide to do a best 5 challenge, we always say, oh, you're just assuming you're going to get 5, huh? And the fishing gods say, nah. And it's like the toughest day ever. I'm serious. Every time I've done that, I'd say 9 out of 10 times, it is like one of the toughest days of fishing. Gotta throw a worm, but whatever, just give me a bite, will you? Finally, some deeper, cleaner areas. There's gotta be some fish here. First thing I've seen all day that I like. See if it holds true. That feeling. Oh, poaching? Oh, I had a little one. There's a little bite. Finally got a bite. There's another one. There we go. Alright, see, the area looked good. Not a giant, but finally a fish. A little keeper. I'm gonna weigh him because I am pretty dang desperate at this point. A 12-incher. Oh yeah, he's like 13. He's giant. I like that. Finally found an area that I actually believe could have a fish in it. It's a sad statement. 134. Get us started. Take it, buddy. Wacky General, just like last time. Even with this wind, I thought maybe the reaction might be on. And it could be, but this water over here is like gin clear. And the way these fish are behaving, just gotta slow down. I like that though. There's a fish. This wind is kind of a bummer, but I guess I can't have everything, right? Feels good. Oh, jeez, yeah, real good. Yeah, nice one. Oh boy, lose my mind. There's a little one. There's some fish in the area. I don't know if there's any big ones. There's a few fish. There we go. Oh, this is what's been nipping at me. Hey, they're bites. They're fish that haven't been eaten by sea lions yet. Little chatter action, huh? Oh my god! These sticks feel like they're fighting, I'm telling you. What in the world? Goodness gracious. I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. Right now, I kind of want to quit. The fishing isn't good, the conditions are just terrible. Wind aside, the tide is really bad right now in my opinion. I don't like the area. But that all said, we're gonna grind it out. Sometimes when you want to get off the water, when you kind of feel like giving up, which I totally feel like doing right now, you got to just put yourself in a different mindset and tell yourself to put your head down, finish out the day. You know, maybe something will happen, maybe it won't, but I don't know. I think as far as like tournaments go and just getting better at fishing, especially places like the Delta, you can't quit. You can't just fish when it's good. You got to try to figure them out in all sorts of conditions, places. So I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna finish this day. There we go. Another one. Might be a keeper. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, he came off. Oh, that was definitely a fish. I wasn't fighting a stick, I promise. There's a bunch of grass out there. Grass and vines that these fish can bind you up in and pop off. Okay. Felt like a better bite. Another one. Look at these fish out there. Alright, not a big one, but another fish. Back her up. Got you hooked all funny. Here's a little better one. Might be a 2, high 1. 224, a little better than I thought. All right, there's 2 on the scales. Kind of out in the middle. I don't really know what's going on out there. That was our second bite out there. Yeah, maybe it's the same fish, who knows? Oh, okay. Some better ones over here. Not a giant, but we'll take them. Another weighable one. This one ain't very big. 169. All right. That's okay. Need to be pushed off a little bit. Some of these fish, not like up against the bank or the weed edge. Must be like little holes out here. It's grass flat. I don't know if they're spawning or just sitting around. Maybe post-spawn. Haven't seen one on a bed yet. Not that I can really see much. I was kind of surprised none of these fish out here would eat a bladed jig or something moving. Alright, this wind is not letting up. I think it might be time to go find some protected water. I don't really want to, but I think we need to head back towards the ramp. Even though we were there this morning and it looked like garbage, maybe explore around there a little bit more. It should be a little bit more protected over there, so just be happy to catch 5 keepers at this rate. Yeah, it's only 2 more though, right? It's doable. Alright, well, we're back to where we started the day. Not really my first choice, but that wind was so gnarly, I really don't have any other options. Tide is lower. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try to be as optimistic as I can. Oh, I had one follow it. Dang it. good one too. Whole 2-pounder. Son of a gun. All right, there is life back here. Ooh, look at that guy. He's not gonna weigh. It's a fish back here. And it's actually a little area that has some deeper grass, some deeper water, an area that's not going to be choked out with grass, that I can actually present a bait. So I do like that. Bedfish. Definitely a bunch of bedfish over here. Interesting. Oh, he spooks so fast. Are you kidding me? They're not even catchable. Fish spooks so fast. They didn't even put the bait on the bed. Just got near it and that fish jammed off. He's right there. He's got like a white tail. Let's see him. That's the bed. He's got a beer bottle on his bed. He's been drinking. Oh, there we go. Okay. Come here, buddy. Take ya. Wait, are you gonna keep? I don't think you are. Oh, he's barely gonna keep, I swear to you. A little more than 12 inches, I promise you. I'm not making it up. Number 4. This has got to be about a pound, if that. Came all the way to this dead end here. There is some clean area for me to fish. Wow, not even a pound. Whatever. Whatevs. One more for a limit. Man, that would be a huge success. I see him right there. Look at that thing. Massive beaver. There's a beaver right below my head. Look at him. Huge. Big old thing. Finally got a bladed jigfish. Right where he's supposed to be too. Jeez. Alright. Number 5. Okay. Oh man, we can weigh 5 fish today. It's a miracle. I thought he was a lot bigger than that. $180. I'll take them. Well, we got 8 pounds for 5 keepers. Finally caught one in like a predictable spot. Just wonder if that one was on a bed or just cruising around. I'm surprised that's our first bite on the bladed jig or anything moving. Just because we've had so much wind. I think that would really churn this water up enough for them to at least be fooled by these baits. That was our first bite on something moving. Hopefully we can reproduce that. across some fish? We're all the way back in a slough. Maybe that's where all of them have migrated to. Hide from the sea lions, I don't know. You notice this bank actually has some water on it, so actually areas that I can fish, not that just cheesed up mat. Tide is still dropping too, that's the crazy part. Down a solid 3.5 foot since when we started. Oh God, big one. Stay on, buddy. We need you. We need you. We need you. Oh, there we go. Oh man, the day can change so fast. That's one of the ones right there. 5 yonder. This one's gonna make the team. It's probably about the same weight as my other 5. Oh boy. Let's see what we got here. I'd say it's a solid 5.5. Wow, 551. Finally got a big one on the delta. That's what we like to see right there. I don't know if that one was on a bed or what. It's just hard to say, but I did get that one on the fall. That slobber knock landed and that fish bit. I thought I had grass on for a second. I mean, I'm kind of discouraged to throw it up in the junk just because it gets hung up so much, but I mean, that's where they live. And luckily a bladed jig, unlike a crankbait or even like the Wacky, you can kind of rip out of those grassy nooks, and you know, if you just roll it clean by one, you might get bit. And we did there, so that one paid off. Man, it's been a good day. Oh, I'll tell you what, good fish changes everything. Just saw another one up shallow. Dang it, how did I not get you? I'm surprised I'm not getting bit. Oh. God. Never mind. I was gonna say, everything looks right. Is that a cullfish? I don't know. What do we got to get rid of? 134? Oh, we will. Whoa, easy there, fella. I gotcha. You're going back in. You're back in. Yeah, first, well, second call of the day, actually. Perfect timing. I guess I just gotta complain. Alrighty guys, holy smokes. It is about, what, 5 o'clock? No, 5:16, we're off the water. Day on the Delta, definitely a very trying day. And as I have said before, no 2 days on the Delta are ever alike. And I think this is a perfect example, going from last video to today, just how much things can change. Yeah, got out on the water today, I think around like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Pretty windy, of course. Decided to start back around this marina where we launched. Didn't pick up anything, no bites. Actually looked pretty dead, pretty desert-like. Algae everywhere on the banks that I've caught them before where they tend to spawn. So after about an hour and a half, I got out of here, went towards the main river, decided to go fish some flooded islands. It's hard to show in the video, obviously, a full day of fishing condensed into 25 or so minutes, but I think our first bite of the day was maybe about 3.5 hours into fishing inside an island on the Wacky General, that one I've been favoring lately. Yeah, I mean, not surprising to get a bite inside the island on a worm. It was still pretty windy in there, so I was still battling it, but caught a few small ones was doing that. I think maybe our first keeper of the day, a little pounder and change, just throwing that Wacky General out, letting it flutter down to the bottom, whether there were cruisers around or fish on bed. It's an enticing meal, an enticing snack, so had a few eat that. Did end up catching a couple more keepers doing that in that island. Had to grind for those bites though. They weren't just loaded up inside there. Definitely a lot of casts, had to cover some ground, but I think we ended up with 2 more okay ones, and it just got super windy. Too much wind for me to really comfortably fish, and especially with the tide pretty much doing a super drop all today. I mean, we started not even on a really high tide. I think the high tide was actually around like 6 this morning, but tide table basically showed a huge swing from 6 a.m. all the way to about 4 o'clock where that tide was just dropping. So in combination with a lot of wind, fishing in grassed up areas on that lower tide, just not easy to do, not fun to do, and really actually hard to fish. So ended up leaving all of that after dinking around there for a couple hours and coming back to the place I didn't want to come to, which was where we started, and obviously left first thing in the morning. But try to keep an open mind today. This is definitely one of the times, and you know, I'm not proud to admit it, there's plenty of times when it's tough. The days are tough. It's not ideal conditions. You're not just whacking them, you're battling the elements. It's one of those days where I just kind of didn't want to be out here. I hate to admit that because, you know, it's fishing. I love fishing. It's, you know, my #1 thing in life that I'm passionate about. So it's hard for me to say that I kind of wanted to quit today. But I've told myself this before in these situations, though it's not a tournament day, sometimes having a little adversity in a day of fishing, the conditions, the fish, nothing's cooperating. Sometimes those are good days to grind out. They might not end up pretty, but I think you can always use them for a learning experience or really just improve your skills as an angler, whether that's getting used to fishing in those conditions, maneuvering or managing your kayak and positioning in these conditions. And yeah, today was one of those days. Lots of wind, low tide, didn't seem to be a lot of fish around. I said I'm gonna stick it out till about 5 o'clock. We're gonna put the full 8 hours in today and just grind at it, and it did pay off. I mean, it was tough. I kept working my way back towards the end of this slough. Found a few clean areas where I could actually access the bank and areas that I thought fish would be. Picked up, I think, another one on the General, and then turning point of the day, last couple hours, picked up the slobber knocker. Though I've been throwing it all day with all this wind, you'd think maybe a bladed jig or some kind of moving bait bite would happen, but hadn't had a bite on anything moving. Decided to pick up the slobber knocker, work it through some of that clean bank, and that is what did most of our damage weight wise today. Catching them in the predictable areas up on the bank, probably fish on bed, I'm guessing. Even though there was still a lot of grass up on the bank, I mean, it is a good bait. Throwing that bladed jig up around grass, you can really pop it through there. Yeah, it's not going to come clean through every time. You're going to have to pick off the algae and the weeds every so often, but it is a bait that I do feel like really can trigger some of those better fish to bite versus just throwing a worm or something like that up there. And that's what happened. We did end up catching our big fish of the year from the Delta, 5.5 pounder. So that certainly helped our cause. I think we upgraded maybe 1 or 2 more times. Yeah, I did say I'd weigh my best 5 today, and I'm glad that we caught 5, even called up a couple times. So that was a huge win. It was looking pretty grim for most of the day, but I think our final score was 1287. So pretty much just what I said at the beginning as far as kind of par for the course for me out on the Delta. 5 fish limits, that 12-13 pound mark. Obviously that 5.5 went a long way, but yeah, that is the video for today, guys. The Delta battling less than ideal conditions, I would say, for myself, catching a few fish and getting rewarded with a big fish. So I guess if there's any lessons to be learned today is yeah, maybe if you guys are feeling not so fishy, feel like you're just not into it, and you know, if you're not into a day of fishing, I guess there's really nothing wrong with going home. But I think as far as getting better, improving your skills, just becoming a better angler, it is worth it sometimes to persevere and just try to put the time in, finish the day up, grind out those fish, and I think that'll ultimately make you better in the long run. So yeah, that is my cheesy little message for today for this video. But as always, I thank you guys for watching, for coming along, and I will catch you guys in the next one.